So here is the #1 method to get a huge pet every single day as a free-to-play player. It is... No way! No way! Oh my gosh. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Maj and Nick here, and for today's video, I'm going to be discussing a topic that's very important, but it also might be controversial to some of you, and that's how to get a huge pet every single day as a free-to-play player. Now, some of you right off the bat are probably thinking, what? A huge every single day as a free-to-play player? That can't be possible. Well, it definitely is possible, and I'm going to show you exactly how you can achieve this goal without spending any money on the game. Zero pennies, just time investment. But it is going to require a lot of effort, especially in the earlier stages of the game when you have between maybe 0 to 10 huges. This is going to be a lot harder for some of you who are at that point of the game. But once you get a lot of huge pets, it becomes a lot easier and is almost like a snowball effect. It's like once you keep getting more huges, it just gets easier and easier as time goes on. So starting off with some of the not so fast methods or viable methods to getting a huge pet, we have all the mini games that exist that drop huge pets. And we also have stuff like the daycare, which has a chance of giving a huge, or stuff like the tech chest or the crystal key chest. And then we also have stuff like the diamond wheel, which I'm not really a big fan of because it just costs a lot of diamonds. And if you're a free-to-play player who maybe isn't that experienced with the game yet and you don't have a lot of diamonds saved up, you're not going to want to be spending it gambling on this diamond wheel because the chance of getting the high-tech tiger, it's really low. It's really low. Like, I'll do a few spins right here. I doubt I would get it for the video, but the point I'm trying to make is that this is not reliable. And a lot of the other free-to-play methods for getting huges, like the ones I just said, they're definitely possible, and I would still do them. I would still do all the mini games every day and collect all your rebirth chests in the mini games, like all the obbies, such as the pyramid obby or that snow obby that's in World 1. It's always just worth a shot to go for because you never know. You might get lucky and you might get one of those huges, but that's not really the main focus of this video. The two methods that I'm going to be discussing right now are the most powerful methods for getting huge pets. Now, the first one, which a lot of you are probably not going to like to hear this, is just going to be hatching huges. Now, the reason why I say this is a reliable method and it's a good method is because if you get the proper setup, it requires literally no effort. You just have to leave your computer running and eventually you're going to get a huge pet. It might take a while, it might take a few days, it might even take a week, especially if you're free to play. But it is an almost guaranteed method to get a huge. But the only issue with that is like what I just said, it might take a few days to a week. It's very slow. Very slow, and that's why I don't really recommend hatching too much, and that might seem contradicting to my recent videos considering my video from like 2 days ago was a guide on how to hatch active huges, but it's just not a quick method to get huges. You might get lucky, you might as a free-to-play player get one in like a day or two, but that's usually not going to happen for most of you. And the reason why you clicked on this video is because you want a huge pet every single day, and hatching is just not going to do that for you. So here is the #1 method to get a huge pet every single day as a free-to-play player and as a pay-to-win player. It's the same for both. This is the method that all the top people use, and it is by far the best. And are you ready for what it is? It is farming the last area. Yep. That's it, farming the last area. And some of you probably are not going to like that answer because you're like, oh, come on, I could have guessed that. Farming the last area, that's nothing special. That's what everyone does. Well, guess what? Sometimes the truth isn't pretty. Because if we come over here to the last area, you're going to see right away. Now, obviously, I have a really good setup for farming. But you're going to see right away, even without the proper enchant setup on, I'm already getting thousands of diamonds. And I'm already picking up quite a few items. Not too many right now because, again, my enchant setup is not good. But this is by far the easiest way to get a huge pet every day. And the reason I say this is because, one, you just get pure diamonds from farming the last area, which obviously you need diamonds to be able to buy huges. And the second reason is that all the items that you get from farming, you can then go to the trading plaza and sell it for diamonds. So you take all your profits from farming here for maybe like a day or even more. It depends, again, how good your setup is. And you can buy even multiple huges a day at some point. It's not going to happen overnight because to be able to buy multiple huges a day with a setup is pretty hard, and most of you are not going to achieve it because most people I don't want to sound rude, but most people are average, and they just don't invest enough time into the game to be able to get to that point. So for most of you, you're probably not at that point where you can farm for even one huge a day with the last area, but you're going to have to build your way up slowly. You're going to have to keep getting multiple huges over time. And like I said earlier in the video, once you get more and more huges, it becomes like a snowball effect. And that's because farming the last area will just continue to be easier and easier. Now, to make this process easier and to be able to farm the last area a lot more efficiently is you want to focus on your rank ups right here. So just do all these quests, preferably the last two or even the 2-star quests. And I have a guide on my channel on how to rank up fast, and that still applies to the current game, even though it was before update 7. But getting these rank ups will allow you to have more pet equips, and more pet equips equals more damage and breaking things faster in the last area, which equals more money. And you also want to focus on getting exclusive pets, preferably the 90 to 95% exclusives, because they're a lot cheaper than buying a huge. Way cheaper, but they do a very similar job in the sense that they help you break things very fast. And once you have a team of mostly exclusives, maybe a few huges, and you definitely need some good stat pets, then it'll just make your farming a lot easier. But I personally know a lot of free-to-play players, including myself on my free-to-play account, I've gotten to the point where I can afford a huge pet every 1.5 to 2 days, and that's only because I only have, I think, like maybe 8 huges on my alt account. But once I get a full team of huges, I'll be able to afford one every single day. And also my enchant setup is not even that good. And that's another thing that you really have to focus on, is getting a proper enchant setup. Now, I don't expect you guys to have a near perfect setup like this. Well, this is not perfect. I would swap out fortune for something, but you don't need boss chest mimic, even though you should try to get it if you can. And you don't need chest mimic, which 630 million. Most of you are not going to get that, but at least try to aim for something like Lucky Block or even Massive Comment, as those are going to help a lot with getting items. And just try to get the highest tier enchants that you can. Try to rank up your enchant mastery so you are able to equip these highest rank enchants, and just do the best that you can. Put in effort. Do all the methods I said earlier in the video to go to all those mini games and all the places where you can get free to play huges, especially the fishing area. Fishing area is a good chance to get the huge Poseidon Corgi if you have the diamond fishing rod. If not, it's still definitely possible. But the main point I'm trying to get across right now is that you can make this happen as a free-to-play player. You can get a huge every single day. Is it going to be easy? Of course not. It's not going to be easy. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It will be hard. It will take a lot of time. If you spend money on the game, yeah, that process will be a lot faster and it'll be a lot easier. But if you don't, you guys are just going to have to work a lot harder to get to the same point where I'm at and where other players are at. But don't be discouraged. It's definitely possible. Just put in work. And before you know it, as time passes, because time is going to pass anyways, you can either get better or you could stay in the dust and get left behind. But it's your choice. You guys can definitely get good at the game. You can get to a point where you can farm one or even multiple huges a day. But that's all I have to say for you guys. If you found this video interesting or helpful in any way, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I appreciate all the support you guys have been giving this channel. I really do appreciate it, so thank you so much. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.